Hello everyone, this is Lucas from KST, but today we're going to talk about the TX16 MK3 or whatever of Radio Master product transmitter you want with Futaba DLPH-2 and 2-time ER6 receivers, both running on 3.6.3. On this output here is set it up to TX, and the second one is RX, both on the side, and output is S-Bus. This DLPH-2 is, so the basic setting is that they need both complete S-Bus signals to switch on, and if something is wrong it shows red. But if you have a Futaba transmitter you can switch to one receiver, but we want redundancy a bit to get it safe. This is a master, this is a slave. Here is telemetry switched off, here's on, because I have these smart ignition back from RC Light system, and if I'm gonna plug this cable here into the first port of the Radio Master receiver here, I can get telemetry by used milliamps by the ignition or RPM right on the transmitter from the motor in front. We have here some old packs inside, and this is a throttle servo. And first of all I want to show you, this is the input page. I have here my switch for low, bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, so high rates, middle rates, low rates. And as you can see here, it's switched up and down. Throttle has the same. And if we're gonna look in here, I put the expo settings, that's all. And in the mixer tab, I decide where all these connections going from the expo signal or from the major signal like aileron, throttle, ignition. Ignition is a special switch over here. And double saved. As you can see now it's running and not, with the override, and here too. In total there are 16 channels to use, or 18, but with S-Bus we only can run 16. And as you can see here, both from the aileron going directly in 1 and 2. Then we have the throttle wire and the ignition wire. The ignition back get the power directly from the power source here, so no extra battery inside. And here over we have now double aileron, elevator, aileron and rudder. Rudder is on 16, so it ended up here on 4. Then we go over to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all the inputs, that's all. And in this, we're gonna put a curve right for, because these servos are not one of the first KST 8203813, so the very first one, so they're pretty old and they're not programmable, the new ones too, because on my 104 inches extra 260 I have nothing set it up like trim, etc., like here on the Extra NG2, the electric one, because everything is set it up with the KST tool #5 to make it, everything is in center, so only outputs are 100% plus or minus and center 0, and I mix it up all with the tool, so nothing big is matched here inside. So all is programmed into the servo, so the box only has to get out 100% minus or plus, because the wings are aligned pretty awesome by Extreme Flight with the holes of 2 servos to run it properly. And in this case, this is an old iMac machine made in the Netherlands by the family Knoll, and they it's a little bit mixing needed, so in that case we're gonna use some curves, and we're adding for each servo maybe we call it now ELRS. So it's in Germany we saw Querruder, that's a Q, and that is now the 2 or 1, doesn't matter. So it's the left one, sorry, it is the left one and inside. So it's my aileron, because in Germany we say Q for aileron, it's a German word. We have a 5-point curve, and that's all. And we go return, and then we can add here for the second one the curve Q, so aileron left inside, that's a servo that's running inside the wing. Then we're gonna make another curve and curve, a curve, a curve. So for the elevators that they run properly aligned to each other, we also need some curves to mix it a little bit. And for the ailerons, one, you plug the outer servo out and you're gonna steer, and then you put the screw a little bit in to see if it moves or goes straight with the hole and this, the linkage. And then you can set up by the 5-point curve or 9-point curve the perfect matching servo. So this is a simple way how to do it, and some special function for my throttle. I have here still the arming switch because I'm on the old guy way, and also motor on and off, so I need to add more than voices again. And this is now, throttle is running, as you can hear, and ignition is on. So safety switch off, disarm, that's all. And for channel 4 is my ignition, and channel 3 is my throttle. That's all. And for each that are asking, these are my settings for most of my 104 inches aircrafts. Model ID is on, it's on Gemini mode, 16 Ray 2, and the telemetry ratio, if you have a high frequency telemetry data like on the 104 inch NG on electric, I switch this to 128 because it will, by counting milliamps, it will flush too much input into the receiver to get it counted, everything. So sometimes it's gonna get stuck. So on 1-2-32, but now on 128 or 164, it's running properly. And yeah, that's all. How you're gonna run an 104 inch or bigger airplane with the Futaba DLPH-2 with 2-time ER6 receiver. And for all these guys that want to run our 12-volt servos by KST, you can switch over here to 3S, that your receiver that not can run 3S only gets 7 volts or 5 volts, something like that. And now it's on 7.4 volts. And if these batteries getting too empty, this box gonna show by a red LED that the battery is empty and it's not able to start again, that you're not gonna start with an empty battery. That's pretty awesome. And now time to do some wiring. Manage the switch here, simple, but it works. And time to get all these wires nice and clean. And then it's time for the first run.